mode.
And good afternoon, everybody. This is Bill Zadites, and welcome to today's CarMark Certified Pre-Owned webinar. Today's webinar title is Certification and Service Contracts, a Perfect Match. Today we'll be discussing how the certification and service contracts can work together to increase profits for your dealership. Joining me on today's webinar is Kyle Reese with National Auto Care and CarMark. We'll get to Kyle in just a second, but before we get started today, just a couple of things that I want to go over just so you're ready and prepared for this afternoon's webinar. First, please make sure that you've dialed in using the phone number provided in your communication email, or that you're able to listen on your PC's speakers. We are going to be recording today's webinar, and we're going to make the recording and the presentation available to you, and we hope that you'll share that with others at your dealership. Today, you will be in listen-only mode for the webinar, and in listen-only mode, but we do want to make this interactive, and we definitely want your questions, and they're welcomed and encouraged, so we ask you to please send those in. Now, this is how you send questions in. You submit those questions through the questions box on the GoToWebinar control panel. If you'll look on the control panel, you'll see one of them labeled questions. Type that in, send those in, and then we'll be able to ask Kyle and engage him in some of these questions, and we look forward to your input and getting some answers for you today as well. And lastly, if you have any difficulty during today's webinar, some technical problems, whatever it may be, click on the hand icon. The hand icon, in essence, kind of raises your hand like we're back in a schoolroom, and that will alert a member of our webinar team, and we'll do everything that we can to help you if you're experiencing some trouble today. Hopefully we won't have any of that. Looking forward to Kyle and the content and information that he's going to be sharing with us for a few minutes this afternoon. As I mentioned, our presenter today, Kyle Reese. Kyle is the Senior Client Relations Specialist with National Auto Care, the company that administers the CarMark Certified Pre-Owned Program. Kyle, good afternoon, welcome, and I'll hand it off to you.
Thanks, Bill. Today we're going to talk about CarMark Certified Pre-Owned and how this program can help dealers increase their F&I opportunities. We will also discuss why it's such a great fit for franchise dealers, former franchise, and independent dealers alike. Everyone is looking for ways to turn more vehicles for more profit, and this program will help dealers do just that, specifically those cars that are outside of the factory warranty and are typically sold as is. We're now going to look at some myths and facts surrounding certified pre-owned. Myth number one, certification is a substitute for a vehicle service contract, when in fact, certified customers are actually more likely to purchase a VSC because of the priority they place on safety and protection. Recent studies have shown that a certified buyer is much more likely to purchase a service contract and extend the peace of mind that they are getting when purchasing the vehicle to ensure they are not buying someone else's problem. Going on to the next slide. Myth number two, certifying cars means missing out on the profits from upgrades, when in fact, CarMark certified dealers have seen VSC penetration levels as high as 80%. CarMark certified dealers have enjoyed higher penetration rates versus the industry standard of 35%, as they have the ability to customize the program that best fits their business model. Going on to the next slide. Here's an example of a dealer who retails 50 units a month, looking at a service contract penetration rate of 35%, and assuming a gross profit per contract of $700, the total service contract income on those 18 vehicles is $12,600. Now looking at that same dealership with 50 vehicles in stock, but now they've implemented the Certified Pre-Owned program. Looking at the 30 vehicles that are non-certified, again using the 35% penetration rate, and the gross profit per contract of $700, the service contract income on the non-certified units is $7,700. Looking at the 20 units that are certified, with the service contract penetration rate of 60%. Service contract income for those 12 vehicles is $8,400, giving the dealer $16,100 for the month. So clearly, the biggest value proposition for certified pre-owned is dealers will enjoy higher F&I profits and higher profits per vehicle while realizing faster inventory turns. Some of the data to support this, a recent study by NADA showed customers are willing to pay as much as $3,000 or more for a certified car versus non-certified. And according to C&W research, CPO cars turn twice as fast at a rate of 27 days versus 55 versus the non-certified units. So this is a chart showing the value proposition for certified pre-owned vehicles, looking at two example dealerships, both with 50 vehicles in stock. And as we previously mentioned, the certified pre-owned inventory will turn at a rate of 2 to 1. So the dealer with certified pre-owned vehicles is going to enjoy an advantage of 367 additional vehicles sold throughout the year. When taking into account the gross vehicle profit and the additional vehicles sold, along with the additional gross for each of those certified vehicles, the CPO dealer will have a $1.4 million advantage over the dealer that doesn't have certified inventory. Looking at the F&I advantage in the service contracts, again, because of the 367 additional vehicles sold, the certified dealer would have $256,900 of additional profit looking at just the service contracts. And then looking at the total annual profit, again, with both dealers having 50 vehicles in stock, you're looking at an advantage of over $1.6 million for the dealer that has certified inventory. So are you certifying all the vehicles that you can? Franchise dealers, do you have a program to certify vehicles not eligible for your manufacturer's CPO program? CarMark does not compete with your OEM CPO program, but rather complements it by allowing dealers to certify those outside of the manufacturer guidelines or those taken in on trade that are not eligible. Independent dealers, do you have a nationally recognized program to certify all of your Asian, domestic, and European vehicles? Now let's talk about some of the details behind the CarMark Certified Pre-Owned program. So who is CarMark? As Bill mentioned earlier, National Auto Care is the administrator of the CarMark Certified Pre-Owned program, and we are celebrating 30 years in the business and have offices in Westerville, Ohio, and Jacksonville, Florida, and we offer F&I products, administration, training, and marketing support for all of our customers and are backed by an AM Best A-rated carrier, so there is no risk to the dealer. Bill, would you like to discuss a little bit about Cherokee Media Group?
Kyle, thank you. Many of our listeners today will know Cherokee Media Group by some of its business-to-business media properties that we have that serve the franchise, independent, and pre-owned market across the United States and Canada. Many of you are familiar with Auto Remarketing Magazine, which is our flagship publication that's been published now for over 20 years. We also publish Subprime Auto Finance News. We publish the Buy Here, Pay Here report. And of course, there's a host of e-newsletters, websites, and other media that accompany those brands in the pre-owned space. And many of you may know us from attending our Used Car Week events that we produce each year as well, as we also have an event in Canada each spring called Auto Remarketing Canada. So our company really is a business-to-business media company, and throughout time, one of the things that we've prided ourselves, Kyle, is the fact that every day we come in and we tell our content developers, our editors and writers that, you know, for this industry, we want to be a champion for certified pre-owned. We see the value proposition. As Kyle mentioned before, we have full respect and absolutely are in lockstep with what the OEM CPO programs are doing. We believe that if you are a franchise dealer, you need to be maximizing the certified pre-owned opportunity with your OEM. You need to be certifying and selling as many of those cars as possible because it's in your best interest and it's in the manufacturer's best interest. And lastly, and probably firstly, I might say, it's in the customer's best interest. What we hope to do, Kyle, and teaming with National Auto Care with the CarMark program, is allow independent and franchise dealers the opportunity to certify some of those vehicles for an independent dealer. Obviously, they don't have access to the OEM programs. And for a franchise dealer, there may be an opportunity, as Kyle mentioned, to certify a few of those vehicles that fall outside of the manufacturer mileage qualifications, or maybe it's a vehicle that is off-brand that you have an opportunity to retail under a certified brand that doesn't match your OEM badges. And Kyle, we've discussed as well, in many cases, a lot of franchise dealers today have a superstore model, a place where they take a lot of their trades and that type of thing, and there's no franchise badge on that. So the CPO opportunity through CarMark and through Cherokee Media Group and National Auto Care is designed to fill that need within the CPO space. Again, we want to be a complement to the OEM programs. So that gives you kind of a snapshot of where we're coming from, our history in the industry, and want to state out there from the very beginning, we're a believer in certified pre-owned, and we're very excited about what we have going on with CarMark. Kyle?
Thanks, Bill. So why CarMark Certified, and how can this program benefit your dealership? It allows dealers to certify most makes and models going back 10 years and up to 100,000 miles, select from 3 term options and 2 levels of coverage that best fit your business model. Roadside benefits including towing, rental, and trip interruption are included. Seals and gaskets and wear and tear are included at no additional charge. In the event of a claim, the customer can take their car to any licensed repair facility, and claims are paid immediately by credit card. Also, and most importantly, claims are paid at full retail parts and labor. Going on to the next slide. Point of sale materials including windshield clings, vehicle flags, brochures, and much more to assist the dealer with the marketing of the program. Additionally, we will also send out a press release to your local media announcing you as a new CarMark dealer. We will give you logos for print and digital advertising to make sure that both online and in-store presence is consistent, and CarMark ad designs for dealers' use in local marketing efforts. And then at this time, we'll open it up to questions.
Kyle, thank you very much for the quick overview there with regard to what can be accomplished and what the opportunity is with regard to the CarMark Certified Pre-Owned program. Tell us a little bit, Kyle, if you would, some of the rationale behind offering the different term limits and that type of thing, and what a dealer's opportunity is, because we understand that especially on the independent side, there are a number of different ways that those dealerships are run. The inventory many times is unique to a particular location or a region of the country, or just size of dealership. So can you talk a little bit about that and some of the thought processes behind how we arrived at the different offerings that we have for the dealers?
Yeah, I think the fact that we are able to offer dealers and let them know that this really isn't a one-size-fits-all, for all dealers, that dealers do indeed have different business models, and a lot of dealers that are heavily involved in service contracts and F&I, they want a shorter term, maybe a 3 or 6 month option to offer their customers. Some feel that that's a little bit easier to upsell a customer with a shorter term. And then some independent dealers that don't do a ton of service contract business, they want the 12-month option and 12,000 miles to offer their customer to give them the additional peace of mind. So also a lot of dealers who have some vehicles that are close or near that factory warranty, basic warranty coverage, they're going to extend and offer that 12 months of coverage, giving their customers additional peace of mind, whereas some dealers that have, an average inventory with 70 or 80,000 miles on it, they're more inclined to choose the 3 or 6 month option.
Yep, certainly. I think you're right, and appreciate the insight into the different options from that standpoint. Kyle, for a franchise dealer, certainly the CPO wave is continuing to gain momentum in the franchise space. I know that our media properties are reporting on a monthly basis just the outstanding growth that we're seeing from the OEM CPO programs across the country, and they continue to gain a great deal of momentum. We mentioned earlier how we see CarMark might fit into a franchise dealer's operations. Obviously, you've worked with many dealers across the country over the past few years. Can you speak to that a little bit and how that complementary relationship might really work to the franchise dealer's operations?
Yeah, this is truly a perfect complement to a franchise dealer. Whereas if, I know GM has their certified pre-owned underwriting guidelines allow them to certify vehicles going back 5 years up to 75,000 miles. But if they take that same vehicle in on trade that has maybe 7 or 8 vehicles or 80 or 85,000 miles on it, and it doesn't qualify for the OEM CPO program, this is where the CarMark certified program would come in place, so it truly complements the OEM CPO program. And then some of the other cars, as I mentioned earlier, that are taken in on trade, that it's maybe a Mercedes, a Honda, Toyota, that particular franchise dealer cannot certify because it's not their brand. CarMark Certified really steps up to the plate for those vehicles as well.
And then, Kyle, circling back to really the title for today's presentation, and that is the ability in the F&I office to look at some of the data that's coming out of dealerships now that shows that CPO buyers are inclined, or at least seem to be, the data at least indicates, are even more inclined than other buyers to extend buy vehicle service contract, upgrade to that type of opportunity. And the numbers that you showed there were very compelling based on some of the assumptions that you made from that standpoint. As you talk with dealers that are members of and customers, I guess, of National Auto Care, how important is it to them that they're able to convert a higher percentage of customers to a vehicle service contract that, again, as we mentioned, is not only good for the dealership, but first and foremost good for the customer?
Yeah, a lot of the dealers who already offer a certified pre-owned program, they've reported penetration rates as high as 60 and 70%, with a lot of those being wrap contracts, and as I mentioned earlier, just extending some of the service contract or warranty coverage, because again, those customers have already demonstrated a need and a want for warranty coverage and additional peace of mind. And I think with the NAC service contract, again, that just extends the customer's peace of mind and also allows the dealer additional F&I opportunities as well.
Kyle, thank you very much. If you have questions for Kyle, get those into us. We're going to continue to provide a little bit more information for you before we let you go this afternoon. And Kyle, as those questions come in, we appreciate the dealers online this afternoon who sent those first in, and look forward to getting you more information. Kyle's phone number, as you can see, is toll-free. He's happy to speak with you in person if you've got questions or particular points of the program that you'd like a little more clarification on. Kyle's number is 800-840-2567. Again, you can reach Kyle. It's toll-free at 800-840-2567. Well, I want to take a look at and share some other information with you. I mentioned Used Car Week a little bit earlier in our webinar, and we're very excited about this year's program coming at the Red Rock Resort in Las Vegas. If you're interested in certified pre-owned, we'd like to invite you to join us for the CPO Forum. We're going to be there November 10th and 11th at the Red Rock. As part of Used Car Week, our series of 4 industry conferences, which will be held out in Las Vegas the week of November 10th through the 14th. If you'd like more information on that, the website is usedcarweek.biz. That's usedcarweek.biz. I'd love to invite you to come out. Kyle will be there. Many others. You'll hear from our CPO Dealer of the Year from Newport Richie Hyundai out in Florida. They'll have a representative on site, so we're looking forward to what the CPO conference brings. It's going to be a great gathering of dealers and experts in the field that really understand the value proposition of CPO, and a lot of I think a lot of great networking opportunity and tremendous opportunity for learning best practices as well. So we hope you'll join us for the CPO Forum. Again, the information can be found at usedcarweek.biz. Also want to mention to you our CarMark Auto Finance program. It's a great way to offer your customers some monthly payments that can be as much as 40% lower than traditional financing. I'm sure I've got your interest now. For more information and a demo of the CarMark Auto Finance program, you can visit carmarkautofinance.com/demo. That's carmarkautofinance.com/demo, or email info@carmarkautofinance.com. The CarMark CPO program and the coupling with the CarMark Auto Finance program are tremendous opportunities for dealers to continue to sell more CPO cars and put their customers in a good position with their monthly payments. Well, we thank you for joining us today. If we can help or provide any more information on CarMark, please don't hesitate to contact us. We want to help your store, your dealership, earn more in the pre-owned market. That's what we're about. That's what we want to do. Let us know how we can help you. And for the latest pre-owned industry news, we invite you to visit autoremarketing.com. If you're not getting the pre-owned and used car industry information sent via email every morning, go to autoremarketing.com for your free subscription to the industry's top e-newsletters, keeping you in the know and on top of the pre-owned market. That's autoremarketing.com. Well, we want to thank our presenter, Kyle Reese, and also thanks to all of you who've registered and attended today's webinar. We appreciate your participation and attention this afternoon. We look forward to getting back together with you soon. For our CarMark webinar team, Nick Zulovich and Katie Nolan, this is Bill Zadites. We'll see you right here next time.